Howdy. I want to visit with you today about Eric Yuan. You're thinking, who? You know him. In fact, my guess is you've benefited from him, if not every day, and maybe multiple times a day. He has a significant influence on your life directly or indirectly. Let me tell you a little bit about him, a couple of bullet points, if you will. And I'm still learning about him, but I'm intrigued by him and am thankful for him for the example he's provided to me. In 1994, in Japan, he's Chinese originally, but was living in Japan at the time. He listened to a talk by Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, on the future of the internet. Those of you that were around and aware in 1994 know that the internet in 1994 was not what it is today. It was, quite literally, plug your phone into these suction cup things, dial a number, a bunch of screeching and scratching goes on behind the scenes, and maybe you could download an email or two. In fact, I remember in those days sitting in hotel rooms, quite literally disassembling a phone to try and get the various wires to plug into the adapter I had in my huge, I won't say laptop, luggable laptop, to try and get some connection to download 3 emails, which is all I got for that week while I was traveling. Times have certainly changed. But something Bill Gates there sparked some interest in him. In fact, Bill Gates wrote a book the next week about the future of the internet and all those, the next year I should say. And so he began thinking about that and how we could communicate. And he was living in Japan, had lived in China, was from China. And when he lived in China, he was a 10-hour train ride from his girlfriend. And now in Japan, it was a boat or a plane or planes, trains, and automobiles to go visit his girlfriend. He wasn't able to visit with her as much as he would like. Long-distance phone calls weren't cheap in those days. They were a significant cost. They certainly weren't free, that's for sure, using Skype or something else. So then he thought, I'm going to do something about this. Moved himself to Silicon Valley without a visa. Chinese national showing up in the US, trying to get a visa, trying to get a job. It took him 9 times. 9 applications, or 8 were denied. On the 9th time, he actually got his visa and got a job working at a company called WebEx, which I think has been consumed by other companies about a dozen times since, which was the very first video conferencing company back in the day, which required this hugely expensive and cumbersome equipment that was fixed in the boardroom location, and you have herky-jerky, sort of frustrating sound and visual, first sort of video conferencing. WebEx was then bought by Cisco, the, what do you call it, networking type company. You're familiar with that name probably. And he was made the senior vice president as part of that purchase of their video conferencing division, trying to refine it. Became frustrated that they didn't see the value of this tool, of this ability to communicate. Didn't like the direction the tool they were building was going. It wasn't ubiquitous enough. It wasn't everyone, every time, all the place, completely mobile type scenario. And so left a high 6-figure job to go and start his own company. He was an engineer, he was an IT specialist, did the whole sleeping on friends' couches things for years, and now has built a significant company that, as of this morning, was worth about $200 billion. He's the significant shareholder in that. Good on him. But it's not about economics. To me, this is a story of someone who had a vision, a dream. It evolved over time as the technology caught up with his vision and his dream. And he is now known, he quite literally is, the founder and CEO of Zoom Communications. In fact, Zoom is so ubiquitous nowadays, particularly in current conditions, that it's almost become a verb like Kleenex or Q-tip or Google. We're going to go do a Zoom, even if we're using Microsoft Teams or Google Meets or whatever else. It's still called Zooming in many cases. Hallelujah, Eric Yuan. Hallelujah, people that dream. Hallelujah, people that do something about their dream and move forward such that the entire planet is made better. Now, surely there's a bunch of luck involved in that, right? Yeah, there is. But luck happens across all people, all times, and all circumstances. And if you're in the market pursuing your dream, luck will generally play to your favor. But hallelujah, those sort of people. You and I can and should be those sort of people in our own context, in our own container, with our own dream and vision that we then invite others to join with and play at this thing with us, such that in our own realms of control and influence, we're able to have a similar effect on others' lives as Eric Yuan has had on ours and yours and mine. Gotta love Eric Yuan and his dream and vision and Zoom communications.